everyone. Happy Friday and welcome back to Sin City Crypto. My name is David. I'll be one of your 4 co-hosts today. And today, like every single day, we're coming at you live from our studio. We have an exciting, loud, packed show for you today. We're going to talk DeFi. We're going to talk NFTs. We're going to talk some NFT education. Also, we have some life hacks for you and never before seen footage of Robin hitting the dance floor with his dancing partner.
You stop it right now.
We're going to have to get into that. But first, speaking of Robin, he is your other co-host. Hello, Robin.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take old, boring, and stale information and repackage it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, Bitcoin, where's it at? 30,000 still?
I don't know.
No, not yet.
But you know, what I do know who's that is the person sitting next to me.
Oh.
We have 2 special guests today. The first one is joining us in studio. And I've never met this man. I always wonder, why do they call him Loudmouth? And then as soon as he walked to the door, I figured it out. Loudmouth.eth is joining us. How are you doing, my friend?
Let's freaking go, baby. Sin City Crypto in the house. What's
Man, thank you so much for joining us in studio. It is your first time here. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I love it.
What do you like better, just me or Robin, right off the bat?
Rocco.
Rocco.
Rocco, baby.
That's a good.
You can't go
The
wrong
Don.
with the guy behind the scene.
That's right. Well, thank you so much.
Look at that face right there.
There he is,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Now,
Thank you.
Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat if you pick Rocco or these guys. Come on. Come
I
on.
always win. I always win.
He always wins. He is the Don, they call him. Also, we have our friend Forrest joining us for Forrest Friday. Forrest, how are you doing, brother? Long time no see together on the podcast.
Yeah, it's been like a week or two. But no, it's great to be back. Thanks for having me on.
We're excited to have you. Guys, before we start, I'd like to give our first shout out to channel sponsor Cam's Blue Wire Technology. Today's 4K stream is brought to you by them. If you own a business and you want to maximize your network, your IT, your cybersecurity, there's no other company better than Cam's Blue Wire Tech. Visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. Speaking of videos. Now, Forrest and Loudmouth, I'm not sure if you guys have seen this video, but Robin, do you remember the video I showed of the man in Japan that spent 15 grand on a dog suit, became an actual dog?
Unfortunately, yes. The guy that identifies as a dog?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
He spent $15,000 on a dog costume. We have an update on him, and well,
Did
Rocco?
he get picked up by the dog catcher?
So it is not true that you still can teach an old dog new tricks, as you can see in the video. And so he has learned to roll. Now, by the way, guys, this is a human being in a $15,000 dog costume.
No.
Yeah,
No.
100%.
It looks pretty good. At least
It
he's
looks-
identifying
Like,
with
he's
the suit,
definitely going to
right?
have some back problems.
He's not just saying it. It looks like Lassie.
But it does look like Lassie. Forrest and Loudmouth, have you guys seen this video?
No, this
Are you
is
familiar?
This is my first.
First
right
time.
here. Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts?
I think it's a pretty good looking suit, I guess.
Was it a good investment?
For him, maybe, but
Okay.
for us, probably not.
He's definitely going to have back problems. Forrest,
I'd like to see what it looks like in there. Can we X-ray that?
can we X-ray that? Not sure you like what you find. So, guys, just a little update for you. Also, there is a new sport out. This is coming hot from India. This is Indian slap fighting. And, well, I'm just curious. Is this something, how much was some...
I'm training.
Guys, do you think this has any chance of making it into the Olympics? Look,
What was that? Look at that. Boom.
It's a morning wake up call right there.
He's on fire.
You need to, like,
How
slam
does it
dunk
not
that one on him?
escalate?
Yeah, this is, I guess when you don't, there's worse things you can do with your time, I guess, right? Also, I did say that we have, so this is evidence, the video of Robin dancing.
Who are you dancing with, Robin?
Those gophers? What are
These are
The beaver.
marmots.
Marmots.
Marmots, yeah. And
I
so
do a lot of,
we have that. Also, with AI booming, and this meme says, we'll be having sex with robots in the next 10 years. And the guy said that robot looks already fed up with her shit. Let's zoom in on the face here.
Dude,
He does look fed up.
Have you, like, I'm telling you, the AI, there's an AI Instagram model. You seen this yet?
No.
Dude. Yeah, so there's an AI Instagram model. Anyways, this is crazy. So this model is like got a ton of subscribers. She's like trending.
Oh, I've heard of it.
100% fake though, top to bottom. I don't see it right now.
I just think that it's
the-
going to
off
be
the
pretty
Google
wild
search.
that what you just said, that we're going to have sex with robots within 10 years. Somebody,
Not me, but
somebody that's a listener just thought, I'm going to beat that record.
records are meant to be broken.
It's like you leave that toaster alone.
10 years, nothing.
Guys, we will also, so Loudmouth will be picking the winner of our contest we have on Twitter. And so just to kind of show you what that contest was,
You're giving money away?
we're giving $50 in Bitcoin away.
Let's go.
We were going to do ETH, but gas was too expensive. Just kidding. So name this duo, and we had some good ones. So we'll pick that towards the middle end of the show. So stay tuned for that. Also, I want to share a video with you guys. So this is Jon Stewart, and the video caption reads, Jon Stewart learns how fiat money works. He's a Bitcoiner now, right? Right? And so let's hear this exchange. So Rocco, pull up my laptop.
Has been sort of created out of how much currency that has been sort of created out of thin air has been added into this economy through the Fed? What would you put as a figure? Would it be 6 trillion? Is that too much?
It would be, 6 trillion in terms of deposits with the banks and currency. Be 6 to 7 trillion.
Okay. That they're just injecting into it sort of out of nothing.
Out of nothing. They're the central bank of the United States. Now,
oh my
think about
God.
it. It's just another form of government debt. Am I making sense?
It makes sense in the make-believe world of Conjuring. Like, there is a certain part of this that all feels like a mirage to some extent. Do you know what I mean? It all
Yeah,
seems sort
yeah.
of fake.
Well, it's a fiduciary system. It's all
Right.
faith-based. Right?
It's all
Oh my Lord.
Yes, you
Fake.
got to have confidence in that currency, in that dollar, because there's nothing backing. There's no gold backing.
So
it.
it's in some ways it's a mass delusion.
Well,
How much currency?
So, I had a 10-minute conversation with someone at a hookah lounge 3 years ago.
Must have been a good one, huh?
It was not a good one.
Oh,
It was very
okay.
frustrating because the guy was trying to convince me that the US dollar is still backed by gold. And I had to explain to him that it's not. He said, so what backs it? I'm like, literally nothing. Rob, what are your thoughts on
Hookah
that?
lounges?
Huh?
Hookah lounges are gold.
Yeah, which one? Gold or hookah lounges?
What are your thoughts on the video?
On the video?
On the video.
It's not surprising. This is the same thing we've been echoing for, since we started the channel, right?
But-
Nothing backs a dollar. Government spending's out of control. Anytime there's an election coming up, each politician is promising all of these new rollouts, these new insurance, tax cuts. Anyways, all of the agenda that are pushed by politicians are essentially them promising to spend money, right? For the most part. And each time somebody gets elected, that's what we're seeing. And so, not anything new. And if you watch Sin City Crypto, that's really what we've been echoing. Also, I do want to highlight the chat and say, what the hell y'all doing? What do you mean? Well, you haven't hit the like button because we are at 40 likes, which is astronomically low. But we are running another contest today. So once we get to 160 likes, we will open up the club. For those of you that don't know, hit the like button so you can find out. And also, if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We have Eric Wallen, Drew W, and Jansen Z to all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
I want to ask you, Forrest. Loudmouth and I, before we started the show, we talked about liquidity, more specifically in the NFT market. As the Fed and the government continues to, as Jon Stewart said, create money out of thin air and inject that kind of liquidity and capital into the market, is that not good for our space? Is that something we should be wanting to happen? Or are the negative side effects worse than what the potential positives could be?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on your outlook. I mean, like if you're heavily invested in things and you're like Charlie Munger, who's Warren Buffett's business partner, and believe in the essentially one of the things that he's betting on is the unwinding or the downfall of the dollar over the next 50 years. If you're betting hard against that, then yeah, I mean, printing the rampant printing of money and an injection of debt into the world is good for your thesis. But if you're somebody who's working a desk job and it's just dollar cost average into their 401k, and that's the only kind of diversification you have against the dollar, and you have a savings account in dollars and your wages are determined in dollars, it's not great. It's not something. It's like it's fine if you're preparing for it. If you're hedged against it, if you're in commodities, if you're in crypto, if you're in real estate, if you're in all these tangible assets, then yeah, they're all expected to go up in price against the dollar as the dollar continues to inflate. But if you're long on the dollar, or you just have a lot of your net worth is denominated in the dollar, then it's terrible for it. It's also going to create some pretty rocky situations in the overall economy. You talk about bubbles bursting in real estate, potentially unwinding and crashing before going up in price again. Obviously, these commodities and these tangible assets can go or should go up in price as inflation rises, but you have a kind of a very leveraged debt-laden system that can cause like short-term unwindings where people can't pay off their debts and prices crash, and you see a lot of volatility. So if you're ready for that volatility and you have a long-term bet against the dollar, then yeah, this is kind of why you're betting against it. So it's both good and bad depending on how you're positioned.
That's a great analysis. I want to ask you, Loudmouth, what are your thoughts? Fed printing money. We saw what happened after the pandemic. They started printing a crap load of money, airdropping people $2,000-$3,000, and the crypto markets just blew up. What are your general thoughts on liquidity, more specifically, especially for the NFT markets, and what the Fed's doing, what they're probably going to have to continue to do?
Well, I think that it's funny that they are accusing us of printing magic internet money when they're actually doing it in magic fiat money. So, but the NFT space and the crypto space definitely needs more liquidity coming in. And what we got going on right now is this beautiful exchange and transference of wealth. So like Michael Saylor knows it best. He's taking fiat loans out and buying Bitcoin, and then it's raising his net worth. And then he's leveraging that to go get more Bitcoin to do it again and again, because he's transferring that out. When people sell their crypto for the dollar, you're actually buying a coin that's been going down since the 70s. So I don't understand anybody wanting to cash out their crypto into dollars. It should be going the opposite direction because of what is happening with the inflation and all the different currencies across the world. So this is zero mistakes since its inception with triple accounting. You can't beat it.
Now let me ask you a question. Would you rather hold $100,000 of Bored Apes right now or $100,000 US?
100,000 worth of Bored Apes all day.
Robin, what about you?
I got a few.
Yeah. I don't know if I would hold any dollars versus crypto. I understand that there's more volatility, but I mean, outside of a checking account, I don't need any fiat. I don't need a savings account. I don't need a retirement account. I don't need 401k. I don't need any of that. For me, straight up crypto, NFTs. I'm not a big NFT guy, but I would justify it if I had enough experience in it. But for that reason, I just normally just kind of stick to the cryptos. So.
Now, speaking of 401ks and retirement, I'd like to give a shout out to second channel sponsor, I Trust Capital. If you are looking to hodl Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, any of the large cap cryptocurrencies, and you do not want to pay taxes when you start to enjoy some of those gains, you're going to want to set up an account with I Trust Capital. They are the leader in our industry. If you use the link in the description of this video, you will receive $100 once you fund your account. A big shout out to them.
I want to have an intermission here to give a shout out to Crit Cats. He dropped a $5 super chat, and he says, "Hola, enjoying Force Friday on a jet ski." Put your damn phone away, man. I appreciate the dedication, man. My man over here on a jet ski watching Sin City Crypto, but
maybe no one's at the river or the lake or wherever.
What's the +1 plus Loudmouth right there?
That means they like you.
New World Crypto. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sean.
That means he likes you.
My guy.
That means Sean.
Shout out to Sean.
Sean hasn't been here in a while.
Let's go.
Maybe we need to bring you on more often to bring Sean in the chat because Sean's very funny.
Sean, we miss you.
Sean, we miss you.
We miss you, Sean.
Rob, let's take a look at what the markets are doing.
All right, so taking a look, we do got Bitcoin coming in at $29,262.33, and not too far off of where we've been at all week. We did have a little rally. We seem like we've been testing this 2,500 range the last 2 days. So we saw it here, was it a day ago? And now once again, a few hours ago.
I feel like this pattern, Robin, deserves a trademark. What do you think?
There is no pattern here, man. This is
Are you sure?
This is just a sideways consolidation, man.
Not the Eastern Froghorn Viper?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
I am a man of many patterns, but this I mean, what are you gonna do here with?
I'm a man of many patterns.
This is just like the EKG, man. It's just the heartbeat rate.
That would be a bad EKG.
Do what Ben Cowan does and just build a house.
Good, yeah.
Before we move on from Bitcoin, Forrest, I want to ask you for a Bitcoin chart. Now, we did talk about on the stream, I believe it was yesterday or Wednesday, we talked about record low volatility and also record tightness in the Bollinger Bands on the weekly for Bitcoin. A lot of people are saying there's a massive move coming. We just got to figure out, is it going to be to the upside? Is it going to be to the downside? Can you shed some light for us?
Yeah, sure. Let me share my screen here. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. So we've got a couple of the same levels that we've been talking about. Obviously, 31K is kind of capping the high side, the top of the range. We've taken a couple stabs against that, but that really makes up our resistance level. That's our 2x margin pressure level. I've shown that level multiple times. Off of this kind of SVB collapse low, we are getting a margin pressure level that we are trying to break through right now, 29.5. And essentially, if you're somebody who's trying to keep, and I'll tighten this up just a second here. Looks like I'm on 1 wick off. There we go. If you're somebody who's trying to keep their liquidation point below that SVB collapse because you don't think Bitcoin's going to come all the way back down below 20K, then you can start going long on 3x leverage and maintain a liquidation point below that local low so long as price is below 29.3. And that's where we're kind of butting up against right now. We're seeing those longs come in and push price back up above that level. That's the level that I'd like to see us break and reclaim. If we're to break out of this kind of descending, this is a bullish pattern, descending wedge that is ultimately pointing towards our longer term trend line. I personally think if we can break out and hold support on 29.3, then we can move back up to the top of the range at 31. So I think that's a fine trade, but I think you want to wait for that breakout to actually occur. Otherwise, what I'm looking at is the continuation of this descending wedge down towards 28 or so. If we break to the downside before then, it would be maybe 27.5, right? But that's where I'd like to be bidding myself. So that's a little bit more to go. If we don't recover that level, we'd be looking at another 4% pullback in Bitcoin. And where I'd actually start getting concerned is if we break through this level, right, then we need to talk about 25K, which is our previous, range highs, kind of coming in the middle of this margin pressure level set. That's breaking our 21-week simple moving average. Then all of a sudden, what has been a bullish trend has broken, and we need to be looking at some lower levels to potentially putting in some bids. But the most attractive, best risk reward level that I personally would like to bid is in this ascending triangle pattern. So I'll get rid of those easy bands. You see this ascending triangle. Here's your resistance. Here's your trend line. You had that 21-week simple moving average coming up into it. You have your bullish descending wedge directing Bitcoin's price right down to 28K. That's where I would be looking to bid. And if you don't want to bid on that breakout or you missed it, look for the reclaim of 29.3. And then that's your opportunity to get in. Otherwise, if you miss that, look for a breakout above 31 and or a retest above 31. So those are all fine entries. Personally, I prefer to bid the strong support because you just get better risk reward. Now, structuring the trade, right? If we're bidding 28 or wherever we come down into this trend line, depending on how long it takes us to get there. And again, there's no guarantee that we will get there, but I'm personally being patient. If Bitcoin breaks out above 29.3, we can just take a different trade. If it breaks out above 31, we can still just get in on the breakout. So we don't have to be too impatient here. We don't have to just bid right now. We can be patient. We can wait for 28, wait for it to come down to this trend line, and then we just keep a nice tight stop loss on the other side of this trend line. Not worst case, but something that may happen is it does one of these wicks, it runs the stops and then recovers. That's fine. We get stopped out, then we get back in on the recovery. Otherwise, our target is actually considerably higher.
Boris, can I interject real quick? So you said we could drop below and then come back right in. Would you say we would need a catalyst for that to happen, or just natural ebbs and flow of the market, it could happen? Because according to the chart, that's a pretty strong support level.
Yeah, so it's like, here's another good example. It's like you lose this level, right? And then you get down, you crash below it. SVB's collapsing, everyone's freaking out. We're going back to new lows. But then what happens? Bitcoin shoves back over this level and it starts consolidating 4-hour candles right above it. That's super bullish. Then you can just get back in, right? So let's just say your strategy was to buy this 21.7 level, right? And then you got stopped out and it crashed, but then it reclaimed. You can just get back in, right? You can. That's called revalidating your trade, or the setup being revalidated. So I don't necessarily think it would have to. Maybe the government sells some Bitcoin, right? Maybe we kind of come down to this support level, right? Everyone starts bidding it, right? We get a little bounce, but then a headline comes out that's like, U.S. government sells 40,000 Bitcoin. Okay, boom, that's going to bring us down. Maybe we come down and tap this 26K level, and then it gets bid, and we recover this margin pressure level. We recover the trend line. Okay, then you can just get back in the trade on the reclaim, or you can get it back in on the breakout. You don't have to necessarily have the most perfect entry. And if things don't go according to plan, we just cut, revalidate. If we cut and it doesn't revalidate and continues to consolidate down here, then we're just looking for shorts down to another level, or looking to bid at lower levels down. But my plan right now, my base case, is probably this descending wedge brings us down to 28, and then we push up, and then we're looking at 35, 36, 37, all the way up to 40K, but a couple of levels up there. That's my base case. And even if this is wrong, right, we're going to be moving up our stop loss along the way. We're going to be moving up our stop loss. So even if we do something like this and it comes in and breaks this trend line in the future, right, our stop loss is already in profit. We're ready to bid. We're ready to short. We're ready to do whatever. But the base case is trend line, 21-week simple moving average, bullish descending wedge, pushing us up into this completion of a really nice bullish ascending triangle, and then a breakout to the upside.
That kind of looks like Robin.
I'm looking to bid 28K.
That stick figure kind of looks like Robin a little bit. That stick figure you drew kind of looks like Rob a little bit.
Your sense of humor is
does it?
It's out of this world.
Thanks.
Appreciate that. All right, so last time you were on our show, Forrest,
Rocco, you are a hater. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Forrest, last time you were on our show, we were talking meme coins, we were talking Dogecoin. We're particularly talking about the potential for Shiba Inu to rip. And so today's kind of theme of the show was DeFi summer. We got obviously the Shiba Inu dog here on the side, but taking a look at some of the biggest gainers on the 24 hours, you do got Shiba Inu up 6%. So the SHIB ecosystem is leading the day's charge. And SHIB swap is up into the top 100 now, 98 on the coin market cap list, up 8% on the week. Did you, I know you referenced putting in a position on Shiba Inu and keeping an eye out for that. Did you have any positions on longs or anything on Shiba Inu? What's that chart looking like for you?
Yeah, we can go to Shiba Inu. Yeah, so let me share my screen here.
Yeah, and then while you pull that up, just a quick shout out to the chat here. We do have John Jones, Crypto D, and CB Life Hacks new in the chat here. So to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, if you guys have hit the like button, drop an hola in the chat. Let's get an hola train going. We got 150 people in here. Once we get to 160 likes, we're going to open up the club. And so if you hit the hola, or if you hit the like, put the hola in the chat, and off to you, Forrest.
Also, if you hit the like, don't hit it again.
Stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking at Shiba Inu here, actually, so I tweeted this out July 25th, or like 3 days ago. I said, so funnily enough, the market is correcting a little bit. Two of the best looking charts in crypto right now are Doge and Shiba Inu. And you guys know me, I'm not like a crazy meme coin person, but look, if the chart looks good, the chart looks good. So I kind of drew out this pattern. We had this ascending triangle, right? Looking to test the top of it, hopefully make some support on that margin pressure level and push up. And our target would be 1086, right? There's too many decimals to keep track of. I'm just going to call it 1086. So, I personally took that trade. Took a decent sizing, nothing too crazy. But this morning, Shiba Inu position is running. We broke through that longer term downtrend level and also testing up this ascending triangle. So let me kind of show you what's going on here. We have this margin pressure level. This is our 3x long margin pressure level. It's where you can no longer go long on 3x leverage and maintain a liquidation point below this wick low, this swing low. So we actually broke through that again. We broke through it twice before. Both times we turned around and held it as resistance. Now we want to look to hold this as support. Even if we lose it, we still have the trend line coming up here to keep our ascending triangle intact. We're looking for a very similar pattern to what we just discussed on Bitcoin on a higher time frame. This is on a little bit of a lower time frame, but even if the time frames could kind of converge, if Bitcoin gets that pullback to 28K, we'd look for Shiba Inu to pull back down to 788, right, and then try to push up again. But what's more interesting here is if we actually zoom out way all the way to the beginning of Shiba Inu here, we're going to get the Ray tool. Let me make that a little bit bolder, and we'll put on the magnet tool so we can get the super clean trend lines. We bring this down to our most recent swing high. If you look at what's going on right now, this long-term downtrend line, and we'll get the exact measurement on how long it's been, 637 days, is being tested and, dare I say, broken through with a it's we're right on it. And then if we look at the most recent downtrend from our last two highs, we actually broke through that, right? So we broke through the first one, we're testing the second one, all the while we're in this bullish ascending triangle. Now, there's no guarantees here, guys. This is Shiba Inu. This is look, anything bad could happen and this thing could just fall and make a new low and then you have a busted pattern. But that's why we keep our stop loss right on the other side of this trend line, right? And we just get back in and if it revalidates and break through these levels. So look, this is a pretty bullish pattern to break through a long-term downtrend level. A lot of people like to ape in here on the other side of that. I also tweeted this out. It's actually, like, if you compare it, I'm not a big fractal person, but if you compare it to the Doge fractal of 2025, you see that once that Doge downtrend, Doge is here in red, Shiba Inu is the chart that we're looking at here. Those are those two trend lines I was talking about. This Doge pattern, you get the big run up, right, and you break through that downtrend level, right, and then it starts sending, right. You get a big pump. Sometimes you get like this kind of long period of time before the next bull market. Maybe we get that, maybe we don't for Shiba Inu, we'll see. And then a large pump. Either way, you get the idea. Once you break through that downtrend level, usually you get a pretty decent pump here. So Shiba Inu looking pretty good. I don't keep up with the ecosystem. I don't keep up with what's going on there, but Dogecoin, Shiba Inu both have solid looking charts with and the best, one of the reasons I say they have solid looking charts is they just have such clear invalidation points. We've got this ascending triangle, right? We're long. And if it breaks down, it breaks down and we cut really early, right? You don't have it's not like, longing on the other side and then your invalidation points all the way down here below in a new low and you're worried about it breaking down. No, we're not going to lose much money at all here if this just breaks down. We're going to cut our losses immediately, but we have all this upside up to, my personal target in the short term here is, like 1086 or so, but I actually think it could pump pretty hard up to these, range highs around 1400. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on Shiba Inu.
Awesome. I do want to pivot from alts to NFTs. And so I have Crypto Slam here pulled up, and I'm curious to get you guys' take on here. So this is the last 30 days, and you can see, let me go here real quick. You can see the Bored Ape leads the biggest sale. So $1.2 million for Bored Ape number 1734, which was sold 15 days ago. And then you have, it's pretty much just Bored Apes and punks, right? And so a lot of people refer to these as blue chips. Now, I'm not as active in the NFT market as Forrest and Loudmouth are, but I do want to note NFT collection rankings by sales volume over the last 30 days. You have a Bitcoin and a Solana collection ahead of Bored Apes, which is on ETH. Also, blockchains by NFT sales volume. On the other hand, on the right side here, Ethereum continues to lead the way with $333 million in sales volume. That is still down 16% over the last 30 days. Loudmouth, I want to ask you, this has been, a lot of people say, one of the most brutal bear markets. It's lasted a while. A lot of liquidity has left. How do you continue to make money in the NFT market in a terrible bear market, so to say, when projects are launching left and right, they're not minting out, everyone's trying to do airdrops? How have you been making money in the bear market, and how have you continued to do what you're doing?
Well, for one, you got to be willing to, not invest in anything that you can't lose. I don't follow my own advice, but but no. So whether it's a bear market or a bull market, I have found out at the moment there's 3 ways to make money in this space. All right. One is you mint your own project. 2, you get paid to help someone else mint their project. Or 3, Yuga Labs.
Did you say 3 Yuga Labs?
Yes, number 3 is Yuga Labs.
I do want to mention we do have a Yuga hater in studio, and his name is Robin.
For some reason, you said Yuga Labs, and I thought you said you relapse, and I was like,
well, I mean,
for me, it's the same thing, right?
I've got a few Bored Apes, 6 mutants, and what you can do is stake those on Pairspace or any other app that you choose to that's doing that. But I have mine on there, and you can make about $70,000 a year. And this guy has never called me with the roof leaking. He's never, I've never had to evict him. So NFTs is digital assets. I was big into real estate before I got into this. And I know that eventually we'll be able to leverage these for, as a net worth that we can lend and borrow. They're already doing it as long as there's a track record, because time tells on everything and everybody. So I can probably interest somebody that lives here in Vegas in one of your commercial buildings here in Vegas, maybe even a few people across the country and across seas, right? But if I can take that same type of investment, make it digitally, I can go to Barcelona, Spain, and still and have someone ready to go. It's going to be really hard for me to get them to buy a building here. But if I can put it in a number in my head or on a thumb drive and go anywhere with it, it's like taking a skyscraper and put it in your pocket. And as long as there's a track record and a brand being built and investors in, we're going to be able to do that digitally. And right now, I can't buy a rental property and get the return on that, even with leveraging it and cash flowing it, that I can with Bored Apes and ApeCoin right now. So I would highly recommend, if you don't understand that, to get in somewhere, follow some people and figure that out. And as of right now, that is the only 3 ways that I've seen anybody making money that's anywhere that's integrous, right? We can make little meme coins and rug people and pull people and do projects, and you can be building right now. Like right now I'm building so we can bring people together so that we can do this, make money when it's time to make money. But we're so early. You have to build a brand. You have to promise and then deliver, promise and deliver. And a lot of people aren't doing it.
I got a question. So what you're telling me is that YOLO into this LaMelo Ball new NFT collection right here.
Robin missed the whole point.
This is... I'm telling me,
Ballin'.
LaMelo Ball. I mean, remember he had his failed shoe line. It was. They say a lot of times that it's the delivery that is, the delivery of the first business is usually unsuccessful. And so he launched his shoe company. That didn't work out. Now he's got his NFT.
His dad launched the shoe company, and his dad was a clown.
Yeah, his dad was a clown. Yeah, that is true.
Saying he's over here talking about I can beat Michael Jordan. Bro, you're crazy.
You can't beat Michael Jordan.
Loudmouth,
I ain't beating Michael Jordan.
I do want to ask you a serious question. I asked you this before we went live. I said, do you have your own project? And you said no.
No.
I didn't get to ask you why. Because everyone knows you. You have a pretty big presence on social media, right? Why have you not launched an NFT project?
Well, I probably could sell a few NFT projects out for myself, and I could have made, probably $10+ million. But I think that riches is built is measured in dollars, and wealth is measured in time. And we're so early that I want to sit back and I want to watch, and I'm patient. I'm always in for the long run. Like even when you were going through the charts earlier, it's like I believe in this so much it doesn't matter, and because I'm not going to day trade, I'm going to just buy and buy and buy and hold long term. So right now, I'm just sitting back, spending my own money, my own time, and watching to find out who I really want to do business with. So that time will come, but as of right now, I want to be more educated before I ask you for any money, because I want to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to with it really, really well, because I'm responsible for that, and I feel responsible, even a fiduciary duty of what I say to go get. Right now, I've helped some other people mint out of their projects because I believed in what they were doing, and I put my own money into it.
Right. But
as for me, if I'm going to take that kind of responsibility, I need a little more education, and I need to know who I'm dealing with. And I haven't been here long enough for that. Like, it takes time, and I know that this isn't going anywhere, and I'm not in a hurry. So I've done really well in Web 2 business, and I plan on doing really, really well in Web 3 business. And so right now I'm trying to facilitate, watch who I can do business with, who I can trust, who's delivering, who's keeping their word. And then we can come together, and then I can bring those relationships together, and we can build something really beautiful and amazing in the future. So I'm just not as educated as some of the people that are doing it already. And I'm okay admitting that, all right? Because I want to be responsible for whatever people invest in that has something to do with me. And there's a lot of people that don't, and that know a lot less than me, and they're just taking your money. And I want to build this. I want to bring more people in. When I bring somebody into something and suggest something, I want them to make money. I want them to be better off that they know me and that they've met me, rather than,
by the way,
oh man, I lost money because this.
Gary Gensler listens to our show, so be careful with your words.
All right, Gary, if you know me, I will make you money, buddy.
This is not an
I will
investment
make
contract.
everything better in your life if you hang out with me for a little bit. And I need more loudmouths in the chat. I only got the +1. Come on, guys.
All right, if you guys
Stop playing games.
If you are enjoying
Stop
the
playing
loudmouth
games.
content, if you are enjoying our guest loudmouth, I'll put a 1 in the chat. I want to see at least 100 ones in the chat. Let's get this thing going. Also, if you have not hit the like button, hit the like button. We are 40 likes away, or 45 likes away from opening the club at 160 likes. We will get there. And then also, if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. All right.
What's the club? Can't tell.
Can't tell, man. We get it popping, man. We do things.
What happens in Vegas?
That's right.
Goes on the internet now because all these cameras are around.
Yeah, everything is recorded, and so yeah, it's here forever.
So my next question is for Rob and Forrest. So I'm looking at Crypto Slam right now, and so obviously Ethereum leads the way. Then you have Bitcoin and Solana. If you had to pick between Bitcoin and Solana, A, can they overtake Ethereum? Either one of those, or B, who would be second? What would your pick be and why?
I'm just gonna say ETH is king. They might lose volume in the short term and in a certain time window, but when the NFT bull market comes back, when this thing starts rallying in the same way that we saw in 2021, it's gonna be ETH. It's smart. It's the leading smart contract platform. That's where even if it's not directly on Ethereum, it may be on Polygon, but that's going to translate back to Ethereum anyways. And at some point, Ethereum's transactions are going to be are going to be cheaper. There are some upgrades coming down the pipeline. When will the upgrades come through? Hopefully they're in time. I think within the next fiscal year, they should come out to address the gas fees and throughput. And they are actively using the ZK rollups. So I think that because the gas fees will go down, because they're the leader in layer 1 smart contracts, because they have the biggest community, the biggest DeFi community, it's going to be Ethereum.
They want to give some context, and I hate doing this, but to Robin's point. So this is from Patrick or Dynamo _ Patrick. Okay. Solidity dominance of total value locked hit a 3-year high at 93%. You might wonder, well, what's Solidity? That is a language that is on Ethereum. That is a language that people use to write code on Ethereum. 93% dominance. That means that 93% of smart contracts, that as far as TVL, when it comes to that, is written in Ethereum's native language. And so, and then like a negligible second is Viper, which I don't even know. Do you guys, anyone know, Forrest? Do you know who codes in Viper?
I believe Viper is Ethereum as well. It's just like a second one.
So 96% is going on Ethereum. Forrest, do you see this as one of the major roadblocks? Are some of these other programming languages or chains just not as developer friendly, or is it just these other chains need to catch up?
It's just the dominance of EVM, right? It's that's been the standard. Like Ethereum dominates everything. That's where all the liquidity is, right? So like you look at your top 2 cryptocurrencies, you look at the top 15 cryptocurrencies, like the actual value of those cryptocurrencies is all basically in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, Bitcoin, like, it's just not built for smart contracts. I know there's people on Bitcoin that are trying to develop smart contracts. On the layer 1, it's just not going to happen with any realistically good user interface or not for a while. I've tried the BRC20 mints. I've tried ordinals. There's some people building smart contracts. It's just a bad user experience. NFTs and ordinals might do well on Bitcoin from a collectability standpoint, but from a DeFi smart contract perspective, like Bitcoin just doesn't have. It's not built for DeFi. Right. So that basically means like your biggest chain, the most valuable chain in terms of where the most value and the most money is Ethereum. And Ethereum is the largest chain that can do smart contracts. So you have, if you're going to build a DeFi protocol, if you're going to build anything really, you want to build it, or there's a heavy incentive to build it where you're going to get the most liquidity. So you can't build on Bitcoin really, right? Not realistically. So that basically means you can build on Cardano, Solana, Ethereum. You can technically build on XRP, but XRP is not really, the XRP is like more of a payments network, it's not really, in my opinion, like in the same conversations as far as like L1s. Not saying it's a bad investment, not giving, one direction, or it's just XRP doesn't really comp out well to Solana or Ethereum. So yeah, your main chains right now are Cardano, Solana, Polygon, and ETH. Well, if you look at Polygon, Solana, Cardano, which are your runner-ups in this case, the actual value of the coins and like the wealth that's stored on those chains is way lower than the wealth that is stored on Ethereum, right? So builders, they kind of have this EVM moat where they're this TVL moat where it's just so hard for others to catch up because there's such a huge incentive for programmers to go and build whatever they want to build on Ethereum because that's where the money is. And that's kind of like we're in the middle of this battle between like the sacrifice between liquidity and TVL versus throughput and fees, right? You forego lower throughput, higher fees to be able to have access to all the liquidity, and that's why EVM is so dominant.
That's interesting. You mentioned Cardano, and I know Loudmouth here. We were kind of briefly talking about Cardano NFTs prior to going live on the show. What are your thoughts on CNFTs? I mean, just looking back at Crypto Slam, they're ranked number 8. So they're behind Polygon, BNB, Immutable X, Mythos Chain. Never even heard of that one. And then Cardano comes in at number 8, almost 10 million in sales volume in the last 30 days. They are one of the few ones that are in the green. What are your thoughts on the Cardano NFT ecosystem? And is that something that you potentially might be looking into expanding outside of Ethereum-based NFTs?
I believe so. I think Cardano is a sleeper, and I think Charles Hoskinson is probably one of the greatest minds alive on the planet right now. He helped with the beginning of Bitcoin. He helped co-found Ethereum. And then he even says out of his mouth several times, he sat back and he's seen what both was missing. And then he started building Cardano. And every time I read The Tortoise and the Hare, guess what? The tortoise wins. And that's what he's doing right now. So I agree with everything that he just said, because ETH has the traction, ETH has the money. but so did Walmart, and they didn't see Amazon coming. And so I believe long term, because I believe in this tech, and I believe long term, and I believe in Charles and his mind and what he's done in the space and for the space, that I believe that he's always has something up his sleeve. And numbers don't lie. People do, emotions do. So the liquidity is on Ethereum. The tractions, I'm ETH side till the day I die. I've never been a Solana fan. And Polygon is written on Ethereum. So you might as well just say that's part of Ethereum as well. So I believe that there might be, there's always going to be a Target and a Walmart and a Dollar Tree and a Dollar Store and an Amazon, right? And then new ones coming up. But I believe long term, I think Cardano is going to come through and give you way more gains than Ethereum can give you eventually, because I look just this bull market coming up. We all know that those guys are always going to go back to their previous all-time high. The same investment in Cardano right now is going to bring you the same amount of return at its all-time high. Ethereum has to over double, almost triple its all-time high to bring you the same amount of return. So I'm banking on Cardano going back to $3.10 before Ethereum hits $10,000 to $12,000. And I could be wrong on that, but either way, I'm going to win.
That sounds very feasible. That sounds very feasible. Now, I was wondering as you were talking, you threw Dollar Tree out there. How is a 99-cent store still in business? I've always wondered that. Robin, do you share the same sentiment as Loudmouth, or is your money more on maybe Solana NFT?
I like the Cardano ecosystem, and the reason being is that their community is so strong, and that's really what drives them, or what separates Solana from the rest of the pack. Well, it's venture capital. There's lots of institutional money tied into that ecosystem. It does have
talking about the Solana ecosystem.
Yeah, the Solana ecosystem is very strong on big money, on traditional finance, venture capital, and just. For that reason, though,
a lot of Singapore money.
A lot of Singapore money. Good point there. But so with institutional being the main factor behind what differentiates Solana, it still was at different points in times at the highest volume for NFT activity multiple times this year, and wouldn't be surprised to see it perhaps in the next bull market be back to its dominance. But I think in the long term, I do like Cardano because of the community. The community is so strong, and you see it every time that, we see it during the heights of the bull markets. People rush in. For some reason, they seem to be very polarized with Cardano. And so if the community is polarized to Cardano, well, they're going to play around in the whole ecosystem. It might not just be in DeFi and buying the token. When new users come in, they're also going to participate in the NFT marketplace, and for that reason, I think that is one of the strongest cases, and a lot of it falls back to Charles Hoskinson. Now, I don't know what it is. He beats the drum. If you look at those old war movies from back in the day where you had the guy beating the drum and everyone was paddling in unison, like he's beating the drum.
Braveheart.
It's not Braveheart. Stop it. What's wrong with you?
I got the Robin vibe today. Just random blurting out.
Well, he's a mathematician, and we're working with numbers here, right?
But he's very well spoken, educated, and he's very vocal, right? And he also picks and chooses the right arguments that are very polarizing. So he'll take a stance on vaccines as soon as there's a bill in office or some proposal.
He's Mr. Decentralized, and not for sale.
He's very methodical with what he chooses to talk on. And so he takes hot button issues. He takes a very hard stance. A lot of times it's against the grain. And that's pretty trendy right now. And so compared to other chain founders, put it that way, he's definitely front and center of the poster child, right? I mean, other than, I would say, Satoshi, what other founder is big as him? I mean, Vitalik has the name, but he's not out there.
Don't count out Vitalik, bro.
All he does is
he needed Charles to help him.
Yeah, Vitalik just dresses up in like those weird outfits and goes to conventions, and
Have you ever met Vitalik, by the way?
His entire net worth is in that man.
There's so many memes like that.
But you said it earlier, like the community in Cardano is so strong, right? Well, why did ETH get all the traction and all the liquidity? Because it was the only choice at the beginning, but it had a strong foundation.
Yeah, with
Cardano is building a foundation
smart
that is going to
contracts.
be unbeatable and untouchable.
So smart contracts on Ethereum were live, functional, and operational with throughput during the rise of the last bull market. So 2021, you had ETH, BNB, and Solana kind of came in a little late. The Cardano smart contracts didn't go live till a little later. Even then,
And it was late on that.
yeah, and even then they had throughput issues, and I think it just they didn't catch the bull market stride for their smart contracts. So I think for the timing alone, I think that's the reason the NFT market didn't pump. But
This
we
bull
were
season, baby.
we were at CNFT last year, which we will be there this year. We actually have a booth.
Yeah, man.
It's rebranded to NFT XLV.
Vegas.
Yeah, so
End of
Las
September,
Vegas, it is September 29th
be
to
here.
October 1st. There is
Okay,
the
yeah,
NFT
That was not a question.
NFT XLV. And so for that one, it is the former branded CNFT. Charles Hoskinson was there. We will have a booth. We'll be speaking on stage there as well. And we will have a ticket link as well. Do we have the ticket link in the description?
So
That's right after we'll be at Rare Evo in Denver, and Charles will be there as well.
So so these guys are local. Marco, he's helped put together Comic-Con. I mean, when Rob and I went last year, we said this was the most impressive the most impressive convention put together in line with Bitcoin Miami.
It was.
It really was.
They used the Las Vegas Convention Center.
The biggest convention center in the world.
Yeah.
And so they're doing it again this year. They've rebranded to include more chains. They're going to have Algorand there. They're going to have Solana there. It's going to be an amazing event. We are officially an exhibitor there, so we'll have a booth.
And we are going to go live there. I'm going to just throw it out there. I know I'm making promises that I haven't mapped out yet, so I'm sorry to the team.
We'll
but
make it happen.
I'm putting y'all under the gun. We're going to be going live from NFT LV. This will be September 29th to October 1st, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And also, I want to give a big shout out to the new people here in the chat. If you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We got Shake and Bake, Richard Williams, Sumath, also Luis C. Burt, Shimitrice, Natalie Peterson says, love you, Loudmouth. You're super hot. And Chili Rainbow. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Robin is boiling on the inside because no one's ever said that about me.
That's my wife. So
Oh,
yeah, she's pretty hot too.
fair enough.
Hey, so after that conference, we can just go straight to Hong Kong to 8Fest because it's like the 3rd through 5th.
Bro, I got my passport now.
Let's go.
Forrest, you down to go to Hong Kong?
Let's freaking go, baby. Forrest, let's go.
I don't know. It's a
Yeah,
long
it's,
flight.
That is a long flight. It's okay.
From
We
the
fly
East
first
Coast.
class. Right, Loudmouth?
That's right.
That's right. All right.
What is it? We'll just fire up the jet, baby. Let's go.
All right. Speaking of firing up the jet, let's fire up this $50 real quick. All right. So we did have a contest going, and we're about to announce the winner. We're going to have our friend Loudmouth here pick the winner live. So
I wanted to pick my own, but they said I couldn't. So.
that's not true. Don't lie.
We didn't say you couldn't.
Oh,
we just said it would be.
I couldn't win.
said-
Yeah, I
okay,
wanted to
my
pick
bad.
my own.
We said
You
it would be.
won't
my
lie.
bad.
We said it would be in bad taste.
Oh,
Yes.
that's it. But
But-
well, I wouldn't. I didn't want to win.
You
I'm
could be
just
number
saying,
2. You could be runner-up. Okay.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be the first
if
loser.
you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah,
Ricky
Ricky
Bobby?
Bobby, baby.
That's right. Okay. All right. So what are we talking about? We have
Well, let me see.
right here.
Let me see. Where
Winner
they at? Where they
gets
at?
$50
Where they at?
in BTC. Name this duo. And Loudmouth, I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit. And of course, so we had who's this again?
That was me.
But who are they?
Pinky in the brain.
Pinky in the brain.
How do you not know that?
We had Brokyoshi disrespecting us by adding my face to Gary and Robin as Brad Sherman. That was very disrespectful. Also, he made Robin taller than me. Disrespectful. Loudmouth, you said Randolph and Mortimer
Duke.
Duke.
That's a good one, man.
that is a good one.
He doesn't know.
Trading
He's
Places.
never watched Trading Places.
never
though,
seen
so
Trading Places?
I've never
He's
seen
too
Trading
young.
Places.
Look at that baby face. Look at that baby face.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know,
You're missing
mine
out. You're
was
missing out on life
Harry-
experiences.
Yes.
Okay.
Go home and watch it tonight.
What were the
That's
names?
your homework.
What were the names of the burglars in Home Alone? Harry, and who's the shorter? Joe Pesci?
Marv.
Marvin
yeah.
Harry.
That's a. Did anybody pay? Did anyone?
No
say
one
those?
put
No one
that.
picked Marvin Harry. That you just lost.
That
50
was mine.
bucks.
Okay. All right. Lizard Brain and that one. Justin Williams from Hit Network NFT. Justin said these guys and forgot their names, but yes,
That's the
Bert
same.
and, or, I
It's
don't know.
the same guys that you had.
Yeah,
the
that's
puppet
that-
versions,
that's-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Guys, I don't watch a lot of
Mortimer and
TV.
Randolph Duke.
We had a lot of Dumb and Dumbers. Okay, we had a lot of Dumb and Dumbers.
I like the one though where they're wearing the suits and the top hats because it's something I would probably wear. Yeah, that's second place right there. by
So
the
my
way.
10-year-old son, who has no idea who Gary Gensler or Brad Sherman is, I said, son, who they look like? He said, the guy on the left looks like Baldy on the right there, which is Gary Gensler, and the other guy looks like Jameson for Spider-Man.
That dude does kind of look like Gary Gensler. Oh my
Baldy.
gosh,
That's
that's
what I'm
Gary
saying.
Gensler right
He's my
there.
10-year-old son.
Dang,
Thomas,
should
if
we
you're
give him
watching,
the Bitcoin?
good job, buddy. He already has
Oh,
Bitcoin.
okay, he's got some.
Indie Rock Crypto had about 20 submissions. The hip replacers, horse and bug eyes, all diapers on deck. That was a good one.
You know how much Bitcoin second place wins?
There was no second place.
That's right.
Remember, if you're in first, you're last. Limp Biscuits. So we had a few on. Lenny and Squiggly. I mean, we had over 220.
Going too fast.
I know. Ren and Stimpy here. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, but Ren Timmy's cooler than them.
Yeah. This one.
I see. I like that one. The Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah. We had a lot of the ambiguously gay duo. I've never even seen those. We had a lot of those. And then Batman and Robin, the cancer. ACDC, this one was pretty good. Anti-crypto in DC, ACDC. But I believe you had a winner picked out. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you get to it, I can read it off.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to keep scrolling here. And
Mr. Garrison in the hat.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one right there.
That is a pretty good one. All right. And then this
Skeletor.
is Evil Lynn. That's a good one. We had a lot of good ones. You guys are pretty creative. Yeah, we got a lot of this one.
AG.
GG,
yeah.
Gary Gensler, AG, the Bald Blockchain Bandits. There's a few ones I can't read because I don't want to get canceled or demonetized. Mr. Burns and this random guy. I think they're both kind of.
What's his assistant?
Simpsons got it again. They got it right
I
again.
know, right? This one.
Oh, that was good. If you haven't seen that movie
Danny
either, have
DeVito,
you?
probably not.
That's twins.
Yeah.
That's old school.
Dr. Evil and Mini Dr. Evil, Ed, and Eddie. And so I'm just going to scroll a little bit faster here. Laurel and Hardy, Crypto Dinosaurs. You guys, okay, that's a bad one. All right. I think I'm getting close here, guys. I'm getting close. There's a lot right here. This is the one you like. Okay.
I like that one.
With the
but
top hats,
That one's second place. So you get how much Bitcoin?
0. Mr. Barnacle and
See, that's a
Mermaid
good
Man.
one, man.
That's a good one.
Look at
Just straight up clowns. Someone said Sam Bankman-Fried and Bernie Madoff. Frickin' frack. Penn and Teller making their hair disappear for years. Someone said they got combs in their hands. That's kind of
Hey,
weird.
there they are. There's another.
These guys?
Oh, that's Randolph and Mortimer, right?
Oh, right here, yeah.
$1. I told you it was a $1 bet. Look at that one.
The Bang Bros.
Let's burn it.
That's funny. All right. I damn, I didn't realize. Okay.
Delete it.
Gringotts and Grip Hook.
More community.
There we go.
More money, more problems, baby, in the house. Let's
The
go.
winner is Michael Steinke.
The key of
More
Steins.
money, more problems, and it's very fitting. You know why?
Why?
Gary Gensler is always asking for more money, and Brad Sherman is always trying to get more problems by
that-
attacking the crypto bros.
Put a comment right there.
So
Comment on that one. Say you are the winner.
Michael Steinke, you are the winner. Check your DMs. We will DM you. You are the spelling's winner. Congratulations. All right. We'll be shooting you a DM. We'll ask you for your Bitcoin address. Nothing more, nothing less. And we'll send you your $50 in Bitcoin. So congratulations. Also, guys, if you want us to give away more money on Twitter, put a 1 in the chat. Let us know. Also, guys, I do want to give one final shout out to channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you run a business, you want to maximize your networking, cybersecurity, and such, visit bluewiretech.com or simply click the link in the description of this video.
Did we get to 160 likes?
We did not. We're 30 away.
If we get to 160 likes, I'll give an NFT away too. So
Hold up, what?
hold up.
Hang on, NFT away, and we're gonna open up the club.
That's right.
Damn. Okay. Are we talking about that sweet Bored Ape on your?
No, but I tell you what, we are going to start throwing some parties. A company called Prodigal X, and we're going to start in Art Basel, and we're going to give away a mutant during that party. We're going to do 12 parties coupled with NFT events and Bitcoin events across the country.
You say 12 parties?
12 parties. Because, what I found is in Web 2, all the real deals are done on the golf course, but in Web 3, it's at the after parties. So we're going to have the parties, right? And so at those parties, I think we're going to give away a Tesla, a Bored Ape, a Mutant Ape. We're going to have a lot of Web 2 talent come in, a lot of VCs come in, a lot more bridging that gap, bringing people in to help the builders and the developers and the influencers and the YouTube channel guys, and just having the party, bringing people together, celebrating them, especially in the bear market. So we'll start at Art Basel in Miami in December, and we'll end in Art Basel the following year. We'll go all over in between.
I have not personally been to a party you've thrown, but I've heard and I've seen.
He's been to a few.
Oh,
That's what
man,
I'm
it's
saying.
a blast, bro.
I've heard and I've seen.
We packed out SLS a couple months ago, and there was a line down the road till 1 a.m. I promoted that party one day at Bitcoin Miami.
We'll definitely be at a
pretty
few of
live.
them for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I just need to talk to my wife.
We're going to have a couple here in Vegas next
We'll
year.
definitely be at
right?
Vegas.
I think we're going to have a Super Bowl party.
Any in the Atlanta, Georgia area.
Freaking
Are
go,
you,
baby.
are you coming to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm already booked my stuff. We're going to throw a party.
Okay.
That's going to probably be our first party of the year, maybe second.
Are we invited?
Of course.
Just checking.
You guys are sponsor hosts. You kidding me?
Oh, man.
We haven't secured tickets yet for the Super Bowl, but I know me and David.
I don't have
committed.
Super Bowl tickets, but I'm not going to sit there and watch the whole game anyway.
Got
I'm
to,
going to
man.
party. It's Vegas.
You can party
Yeah.
after the Super Bowl, man. That's,
I ain't spending $6,000 on a game.
You're not gonna go.
Hell no.
We
You
talked
know what we
about
can do
this.
with $6,000 instead
I'm
of
not
buying
going.
a ticket?
I'm not spending.
You can just
$6,000
watch it on
a
the
game.
television wherever
I'm going
we're
to the
at.
Super Bowl, man. Super
All right,
Bowl's
we'll
in
go to the
Vegas.
Super Bowl then.
I'm going to the Super Bowl.
Have fun.
All
Hey,
y'all.
hey, my buddy Tony Bravado with House to Sex. He's coming. That's a wellness group, by the way. It's not what you think. So he's trying to get a pickleball party together with Gary Vee and Marshawn Lynch. So they're going to be at the party, and then we're going to try to get Snoop. He's reaching out to him. So
I've met Marshawn. He's
it is going to be
he's great.
the party
Speaking of
the century.
Speaking of non-crypto or NFT news, Snoop Dogg is going to have a skin on Call of Duty, Warzone, next season. So I'm a big Call of Duty guy, and so I'm just wondering, when is Call of Duty going to offer NFTs? Because Snoop Dogg would be an easy plug in there, right?
Well, he just came out with his Mr. Bombay ice cream. Just hit stores, so he is doing a lot with the NFT space, bringing on bridging that gap for us. So I think we're going to try to book Calvin, like his son, and him for the party that we're going to have with the Super Bowl. If not, we'll have him somewhere if his schedule works out. The 12 parties across the
Guys, I'm trying my best to stall for you to get these likes so you can get an
Come
NFT.
on,
No,
come
you're
on.
good. So you're trying to get these guys an NFT. Someone
I'll
said,
even give the second place the Dumb and Dumber guy an NFT too. I'll give 2 NFTs away.
damn. All right. So you guys, I'm stalling here. Okay. Also, Cryptic Mushroom said, who is this guy? Dude seems cool as F. He is cool as F. His name is Loudmouth.Ethan. Well, you want to follow him on Twitter? Here is his Twitter handle at loudmouth_ETH. Go follow him. Also, go follow our friend Forrest at 00Forrest. That's Forrest with 2 R's. Forrest, I wanted to thank you again for filling in the last 8 days while I was gone, and also the previous week while Robin was gone. Anything you'd like to leave us with, my friend?
No, I think we had some good conversations today. Markets, choppy. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye on that Bitcoin chart and analysis I was going over early. Always know that you can revalidate a trade or revalidate a setup if you get stopped out. Just be patient, guys. We're 9 months away from a halving. So look, if you're bullish on crypto, bullish on Bitcoin in the long term, we're almost there. We're in the home stretch. Could be a bumpy ride along the way, but just stick around and keep watching Sin City Crypto, and you're going to do all right.
My man.
Happy birthday to me, baby.
It's your birthday?
No, when the halving
Oh.
happens. It's going to be a heck of a birthday present.
Loudmouth, what about you, my friend? Anything you'd like to leave our viewers with?
I did it. I think that my man right there was amazing with all his technicalities, or TA skills. So
Forrest is
Follow Forrest. He's a beast.
we love Forrest because he takes emotion out of his decisions in trading. He's very even keel, and so he's able to
Love it.
provide great insight without having really any bias to one side or the other. And he's just a smart guy. Puts in a lot of time
And
and effort.
then we also got Jimmy dropping $100 super chat. Boy over
Jimmy.
here dropping nukes over here. So big shout out to you. He didn't even.
I got a
put
feeling
any,
what's coming next.
He didn't even put any text into it. He just threw money without more like a we call it the super flex.
Super flex. Jimmy is a sugar daddy of this channel. He's closing in on 1,000 gifted memberships. 1,000
Is he
gifted.
really?
Yes. He's almost given out 1,000 memberships in this community. So Jimmy, thank you so much. And to all of you that support the channel, thank you. Again, guys, I'm trying to stall. We're 18 likes away. I want
Jimmy
Loudmouth
W.
to give some NFTs away.
Jimmy W, right?
Jim W.
Does that stand for Jimmy the Whale? Let's go.
Right.
He is also a whale member.
Jimmy the Whale, baby.
He is also a personal friend of ours. And so we also have another personal friend of ours in studio, and that is my man Crypto Billy. What's going on here?
We got a super chat in person in that straight cold fiat here. So
Throw that dirty fiat on the ground.
Last time Jimmy was in studio, Robin said, "Jimmy, if you're gonna super chat, just give us the cash, so we don't have to give 30% to YouTube.
YouTube takes 30%, right?
YouTube, if you're watching, we're sorry.
So we're just gonna cut YouTube out of this one. So $100 super chat from old Billy here. So
Good job, Billy.
Good job, Billy. Guys, all jokes aside, we really appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. Also, make sure to tune in Saturday tomorrow for a very special live show at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have George from Cryptos R Us in studio. We also might have one or two other special guests. It's going to be a different live show, something we've never done here at Sin City Crypto.
it's our first Saturday stream.
It's our first Saturday stream. It's our first different stream. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. Make sure to tune into that. And the way you do that is you subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell. Also follow us on Twitter.
Well, anyways, numbers aside, just gonna round this thing up. We're just gonna open the club up anyways.
Boom, open a club.
You know what, Rocco? Let's open up the club, man. For those of you that don't know, when we hit big milestones, big like button.
But we haven't hit
goals.
any milestones.
You stop it. We hit milestones.
I showed up here today.
Yeah, we had a loud mouth.
Okay, fair enough.
This is a banger show.
Yeah.
Listen, I
He's by
flew
default
in.
like an additional like curve of 20 likes.
I flew in today. I had some business to handle. I messaged him, say, hey, I showed up. He's like, get over here. We'll get you on the show. We'll go on live at 11. So totally unplanned, unscripted. Had no idea. This is my first time here. We had a great time.
Got a good time?
I had a blast.
And
I don't know if they'll let me come back, but hopefully they do.
You're welcome to come back.
Broke Yoshi gifted 10 memberships as well.
My man.
So
Let's go.
Love you guys. All
as long
right.
as y'all keep giving us stuff, we're just gonna keep this live stream going. Just so y'all know right
Jimmy
now.
the Whale.
We will not end this.
Jimmy the Whale. Follow me on Twitter. Inbox me your address. I'll shoot you an NFT, and I'm gonna go ahead and give another one away too. What should we pick from the chat? Best
That's
comment.
on you, my friend.
Best comment before this live stream ends. They're about to end it. Best comment. Any comment you want to make, just make a comment that makes us laugh. It's got to be a funny comment,
Okay.
and I'll let him pick it. You pick
Let
it,
Billy pick
yeah,
it?
because
Okay.
Billy dropped the hundo.
Okay.
So Billy gets to pick his funniest chat, and I'll give the NFT to them. You just follow me on Twitter, send me the DM that you were picked, what it is, and then your address, and I'll shoot it.
So
over
you're
to you.
saying you're giving one to Jimmy, and you're
Yeah.
gonna pick one from. You're gonna pick a comment from. Or we're
Billy's
Billy
go-
pick a
Billy's
comment
gonna
from
pick
you.
one in the chat.
From the chat.
Okay.
I don't see anything funny right now.
Well,
Nobody wants.
we're 30 seconds behind.
Okay.
There's a lag, and so. But is there any stipulation or just smell my feet?
No
You know, for the
stipulation. Just whatever Billy says.
Whatever
what Billy
Billy
says goes.
Billy's in
Hell
charge.
yeah.
All right. Well, real quick,
Oh, well,
let's we gotta open up the club, man. We didn't open up the club. Yeah. So Rocco, without
do
further
it.
ado, let's get the
Let's
club.
go.
Pump it, pump it, pump it.
Who invited Gilligan on the show? Forrest. Is that Forrest?
That's Forrest. Right
That's
there.
Forrest, let's get it, baby. Better run,
Uh,
Forrest, run.
So we got why do you look like Popeye? Are you as strong as Popeye? You eat spinach. Okay, that's still good. Giapolo. Pork chop sandwich.
Let me say
All
that
right,
was
let's pick a
Richard
winner. We got to
Hart's
end this
cousin.
thing. Billy, what do you got?
Hey, when I was on BitBoy's channel, they said the same thing. They
What?
they thought I was Richard Hart's cousin. I didn't even know who he was.
Which one?
That was the first time I heard of
The
him.
feet. Smell my
The
feet.
feet, smell my feet, give me
All right.
something good to eat.
Crypto JMP. Follow Loudmouth. Shoot him a DM.
You got to follow Forrest too.
And follow Forrest.
Come
too.
on.
And you got to follow us too. I'm just going to throw that in there.
All right, guys. That's it.
Robin,
What's up?
stay in your lane. Guys, we're done. Thank you so much for joining us. Big thank you to Forrest. Big thank you to Loudmouth. Big thank you to Rocco for running the board. Big thank you to our guests in studio. Big thank you to you watching. And big thank you to this finger tornado. Guys, we appreciate you. Come back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for a special Sin City live show. We love you guys. Have an amazing weekend. We'll see some of you tomorrow at the party. Until next time. Peace.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.